It all started with such a simple thing, the Stal music disc. Who knew it could get this out of hand? Back in December, I built this. The Golden Carrot Cafe, located in Skunk and Mario's beautiful mall. As usually happens when I'm building, I came up with an idea. And that idea was to add an auto disc player right here. So that when people came to the shop, they would hear cool, jazzy coffee shop. Oh yeah, just like that. They would hear cool, jazzy coffee shop vibes music. I didn't want to worry about copyright for myself, and especially for anyone else recording in the shop or near the mall. Can you imagine if I got somebody copyright struck on the server? I would be so sad. So I searched up the jazziest Minecraft disc music, and of course the answer is Stal. Now, I didn't have a copy of Stal at the time, and I really didn't have the time or honestly the skill to just go get one from a creeper. So I used a sound mod on the server that lets you make your own custom discs, and I made my own bootleg copy of Stal. And when I tell you that everyone, I mean everyone, gave me such a hard time about doing that. So much so that live during one of Skunk's streams, I made a vow to obtain legally and morally a legitimate copy of the music disc Stal. My plan was to eventually build a music disc farm that I could also convert into a gunpowder farm if needed. And in January, Skunk coerced me into using resin for a build. Well, I mean, are you trying to get me to commit to building a build with these blocks?
Yeah.
At the time, the only build I knew for certain that I was planning to build was the music disc farm. So I promised I would use resin for that build from his resin shop. Of course, he's profiting off of this. And that led to the creation of these builds here on the creative server for AfterLife. Both of them use resin, and both of them hide, for the most part, a creeper farm. The building is really cool, but I wasn't sure how it would fit into my base, and so I settled on the fireball, with the plan to just shove it into the side of a cliff near my base. And here we are today, ready to build. This is the walkway here to the part that will catch the creepers. There's going to be an iron golem behind them, and then I gotta trap a skeleton here so that it will shoot them to get me my music discs. Now begins the fun process of collecting all these materials. As you can see from the list on my right, we are almost done collecting the materials. That wasn't that bad. It's probably been, I did most of it yesterday. Today is a new day. But in order to finish, I need concrete. And so I finally went up to my platform here above the sea pickle farm and built the little concrete maker. So I've never done this before. Put this in here. Put this in my offhand, and then hold left click and right click at the same time, and it should work. So I guess let's find out. Oh my gosh, it's working. This is amazing. I did not collect enough red sand. I need 9 more smooth red sandstone, but I didn't know this. You can make sandstone, red sandstone with red dye. I don't know if that's a data pack we have on the server, or if that's like a legitimate vanilla Minecraft feature, but I'm just going to do that because I have plenty of sand, like normal sand. Okay, I'm mostly finished. The only thing about this is like some of the concrete shot off onto the sides and a little bit was behind me, like right here. And there's some up at the top. So I guess you just got to be careful and just know it might go all over the place. Okay, and then I need 43 yellow concrete powder. Well, that should be easy enough. Aha, we got our 9. So these 4 boxes have all of my supplies for the music disc farm and the fireball that kind of covers it. And then of course we'll have to move a skeleton and an iron golem into their places, which I'm mostly worried about the skeleton moving because, you know, it seems hard. Got my little cage for the golem here. I'm just gonna boop him in and hopefully it works. He's in. Now to catch a skelly. He's in. And he can't hurt me when I'm in the boat with him, which is a plus. Easy. Easy. I hope this works. I hope this works. Please let this work. He's in? We did it. Oh my gosh, I need a name tag. Ooh, okay, I have villagers that sell them. I hope he doesn't despawn. He did. No. Well, that's my fault for not being prepared. I totally forgot about the name tag. Well, while we wait for night to come back so I can catch another skeleton, I decided to build the other section of the farm, which is where the creepers actually spawn. I used the music disc farm designed by Shulkercraft and just expanded it to be 4 layers to maximize my disc production and eventually maximize gunpowder production. And here's a little test run. It's working so good. I caught another skeleton. We can do this. I am in the farm. I repeat, I am in the farm. He's in. And Music Man is born, though he seems grumpy. We did it. And he's name tagged, so he shouldn't despawn. I just have a few arrows in me, but now we can finish the farm, and I feel like this is going to be so good. So that works. Excuse my Minecraft, the distance horizons thing is not working for me. I did AFK a little bit on my platform. I'm having 2 issues with the farm currently. One, it seems like creepers are not making it all the way down to the kill area. Some do, but it feels like most don't. And second, the iron golem doesn't survive very long, and I want to be able to AFK for a good long while to obtain all the discs. In an effort to delay the golem deaths, I'm adding this row of slabs and a row of trapdoors. And it helped a little, but not a ton. I mean, it's probably not great to test this at night. He's dead. He died. I wonder if I could just put like a whole bunch in there, you know? Okay, now it's day. Let's test this now. There's only one of these guys left. Okay, I tried some troubleshooting and I saw a thing that said if you put a water stream, the arrow won't go through, I guess. I don't know. I didn't have a picture to go off of, so I'm just making this up. What if I just do a trapdoor? Will that stop it? Okay, well, he misses more. Anything to, you know, keep them alive longer. My goodness. Now to figure out why my creepers are not making it to the kill chamber. Here he comes. Yeah, what? He died. He's dying before he's making it down here. Okay, so what's the solution to that? Oh. Oh. That was good. So those guys were fine. Am I just too, like, high up? I did expand the farm. Okay, so the farm I saw was only 1 level. Oh, that's probably what it is. Okay. My farm was 1. The tutorial I watched was 1 level. So I'm probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, we're going to move our platform. We're going to move it down. I'm just going to do 5 more just to be safe. All right. Now we are here. Should be at the right height. All right, we got one. Okay. This is working now. Ooh, that was some troubleshooting. And we made up some stuff to make the arrows a little bit less deadly to the golem. So I added trapdoors, a slab, water. This side trapdoor, I feel like it's catching a lot of the arrows. Look at this. Amazing. I do think the AFK ability of this is really limited by how long this iron golem can last. I mean, my setup seems decent. My next project's gonna have to be lighting up the caves. Look at this. The first disc we got was Stal. That's the one this is the whole reason why I even built this farm. That's so funny. That's a decent amount of gunpowder for, I don't know, not that long. Okay, I spent a little bit of time working on the storage area for the music discs. I wanted it to look like a cluttered sort of record shop. So I just put some like random bits and bobs that I had lying around in the shop. I do want to put some more books in here. I think books in here is probably the closest thing we would get to a shelf full of album covers. And then I did label each disc with which one it is. And we actually have the most stalls of any of the discs. I've gotten Stal the most, which is perfect. And then you can play, oops, you can play any ones you want on this jukebox. I do eventually think I would like it to be a disc changer so that it would just play like a random song. And then I also, let's see if I can show you, added this campfire here. So when I want to run the creeper farm and not get discs, I'm just going to put a campfire here, keep this shut so the skeleton can't see my iron golems. And then when I go stand upstairs, or when I go stand on my platform way up there, I get gunpowder. And I ran it for like 10 minutes. And I've gotten, like, I already had some of this. So I would say it maybe got like 2 stacks in like a 10 or 20 minute cycle. So that's really good. And what I need to do now is sleep. as I was saying, what I think I want to do now, or not want to do, but need to do, is cover up this ugliness with the fireball. So the base of the fireball will be in this section, and then the tail of it, like a comet tail almost, is rising up probably to about the top of this cliff area here. And then if I need to, I can cover up some of this. If we go to the factory, you won't be able to see much, if anything, of the creeper farm. Yeah, I can't see it at all. I know it's in here, I think. And then a tiny portion of the fireball is gonna show. So, but we can see it right here. So I do want to make sure I cover that up. Okay, I've finished it. I have some scaffolding left to take down. I did not realize how much of the fireball is back in here. I'm gonna have to tear out a little bit more, I think, of the mountainside to kind of balance out the flames. I don't think I need to do it all, but I do need to open up some of this. And then I'm definitely going to need to terraform where it landed. Probably with like magma and fire, like campfires with the smoke and blackstone or basalt or something, just to make it fit in a little bit better. But we're getting there. We're getting there. And I'm finally done with all that terraforming. It was so many blocks they had to move. But I think it helped a lot because here we go. Now, when you walk over, you get a clear picture of the fireball and what's happening here. You don't. I originally wanted, to go through the tunnel and walk up, but here we are. So I really like this shape, like up until this point, very flame shaped. Up here, it gets a little crazy. I don't know. It was my first time trying something like this, but I really like how this area turned out down here. I like how it covers the disc farm / creeper farm, but we can still see a little bit of it peeking back here. I think the fireball is the kind of build where the farther away you get, the better it looks, because it's very dynamic. Ooh, look at this. Wow. It looks like it has motion, which I enjoy. And I didn't really know terraform-wise what to do above this point, so I just left it kind of straight Minecraft terraform, which I think actually works, because if you imagine that something actually did, like some sort of comet or meteorite, whatever this is, like crash down, it would take out these sides, and it crash landed in. And you can definitely see the factory and the donuts from the fireball, but when you're at the factory, like if you're over here, something's going on over there, but you might not know what. Plus, my AFK spot is kind of obvious. You can see it a little more. There's a fire. There's a fire over there. So one of the things we're going to have to work on is a pathway from the factory all the way this way to be able to get to the fireball. But there it is. Very interesting, fun thing to design and create. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm glad that Skunk coerced me into using resin, because I never would have built this if I didn't have to use resin in a build. So that was a good little challenge. I enjoyed that very much. So we have a resin build. The creeper farm works. The record storage room is super cozy, but I do have a lot of discs, and it seems like a waste to leave them here lying in their barrels, unused, unplayed. I think I have an idea. Something is about to hit the AfterLife airwaves, but that's for next time.